Lost Records Bloom and Rage Tape 1 is a two-part adventure game developed by DontNod Montreal, published by DontNod, and released on February 18th of 2025, with Tape 2 coming out on April 15th of 2025. DontNod is very experienced in the adventure and decision-making genre. From the well-known and lovable Life is Strange series to other titles like Remember Me, Twin Mirror, Tell Me Why, and most recently, Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden. Their impeccable quality for detail and being able to implement authentic human emotions, thoughts, and responses makes them a grounded foothold in the gaming space. Since Deck 9 has been working with the Life is Strange series with DontNod not having worked on it since Life is Strange 2 from 2018 to 2019, DontNod's essence of storytelling of that down-to-earth coming-to-age story between a group of friends has been missing from the limelight for a while now. Lost Records Bloom and Rage has changed that, and is most definitely DontNod's most confident and exciting story to date.
Good boy, good boy. Love you, Shadow. I won't be out too long, Fuzzbutt. We'll watch a movie on the couch tonight, right?
In 1995, in the boring town of Velvet Cove, Michigan, a young high schooler jets removed to Canada, only obtaining solace through the vexing actions of her pet cat. Swan is an introvert that feels the most like herself in the comfort of nature and behind the lens of her camcorder. As fate has it, Swan runs into other girls her age after dropping off a movie rental and is quickly induced into their friend group. After a run-in with some bullies, Swan, Autumn, Nora, and Kat bond over music, movies, relationships, and spend the summer forming a band. Almost 30 years have passed since that fateful summer, and after going their separate ways in the world and life, something has come up. Something that was never supposed to be. Something that no one should know about what happened during their summer break has surfaced. Now the once inseparable group have come back to Velvet Cove to uncover secrets, rekindle memories, and reveal long-lost truths.
It's you.
Yep.
Wow.
It's me.
This is wild. Look at you. Swan Holloway. You look exactly the same.
Thanks, you too.
The story in the game stays interesting all the way through. If you are a fan of Life is Strange, then you know the drill on how the characters and their conundrums and attitude pull the story forward and never let down. The nuance with the dialogue and how it can be brought up later really makes things interesting and fleshes out all of the girls in great ways. All four of the main cast are brilliant, and their flaws make them that more believable. How the narrative flows between the past and future is also a unique twist that involves you as the player into the game even more. At points in the game, your decisions will dictate what is said in the future and vice versa. While the characters are reminiscing, you can choose to pick from certain options that would then play out in the past.
Dude, this place makes me miss camping. You and your parents ever go?
Yeah, I still go hiking on my own. Dad can't carry a big pack since he had his knee surgery.
Nah, you should go with a buddy. Safety in numbers, dude.
To be honest, I like hiking alone. I know it's kind of weird. That's what my mom always says.
Lost Records plays like Life is Strange, where you walk around and interact with people, items, and dialogue trees. The difference is that Lost Records focuses on the exploring part a lot more. Swan is equipped with her camcorder, in which you can whip out at any time to record whatever. Swan is recording her memoir, so she is set in capturing things that are important to her. So while you can record anything you want, there are set objectives to record specific things. There are story moments where you have to record certain places of a scene to move the game along, but you can also get side objectives, like filming critters that you can find throughout the game, recording stationary objects that have the ability to move, or capturing the hunting town's creepy water tower from different angles. Each memoir you can record has a set number of recordings you can edit into it, but you can film a lot more than that and re-edit it as you go on. For example, you might find enough pieces to fit in the memoir about graffiti, but you'll find a lot more graffiti throughout the rest of the game, and if you like one more than the other, you can replace it. Or if you have a recording of a cardinal in the memoir about birds, but you see a cardinal set up on a branch with a light shining down on it in a particular way that you fancy more than the other shot, you can go into it and replace it. I don't know if there's a payoff during Tape 2, but there is no satisfying end goal to capturing things with your camcorder in Tape 1. It would have been cool to see your footage during the credits or something, but I'm guessing this plot point will add up later on, since it is the main character's memoir. The filming effect is really cool though, and it's fun recording something and editing it together to create a little art piece.
Hey, take me away! Away, away, away! I'm gonna... So, something crazy happened. I made some friends. And they play music?
Since the game is all about exploring the environments and checking things out with your camera, unfortunately, it is sort of lacking that gamey aspect, as in there really isn't a whole lot to do and get entangled with. Once or twice you'll come across a lock puzzle, but that's it. I hope there are more things to interact with in Tape 2 to round it out a bit more. I also love the slow burn with this slower paced style of gameplay, because it allows you to feel the girls' connections in very intimate ways before the exciting stuff starts. Because if there is no build-up, then the exciting parts fall flat.
This fat
You're
chick?
supposed to be home,
So
Ted.
what?
Mom and Dad would go ballistic if they knew.
You gonna snitch? Cause I could tell them some things too.
Listen to me.
Make me.
Hey, show your sister some respect.
Fuck off. And
Whoa.
leave this girl alone.
Hey!
Language.
Whatever.
Come on.
Let's get out of here.
So
Don't
fast.
touch me, creep.
Jesus.
Ted, stop it.
Also, since the game is more character-driven, the choices that you can make don't immediately change the story. There aren't any moments where the screen freezes and you have to pick between two decisions. It is all based on your relationships between the girls, which is a nice change of pace, but can also feel a tad overcooked at times. The flow of this game is a lot different than Life is Strange. It's all about patience here, and it almost feels as if you get rewarded for listening and paying attention. When the choices pop up on the screen, they will run on a small cooldown, and sometimes waiting through the cooldown and allowing the conversations to continue will open up another option to talk about, which is a super cool mechanic, but could have also been fleshed out a lot more in a variety of ways.
Dude, I was hoping you'd call. Swan, you're being so quiet. What's going on?
Sup, home skillet?
I was really impressed with how much style the game has overall. There is so much here that really makes the game have this certain texture and richness that makes it come to life like no other game by DontNod. The back and forth between the future and past, the editing of scenes, and just the attitude and spunk the characters exude is superb. The game is definitely a slow burn to the more climatic events of Tape 2, but the subtle approach makes the girls bond with each other much more authentic, which just creates a better experience overall. Everything feels purposeful and deliberate. The decisions you can pick from this time around don't seem to have a huge impact on anything other than relationships, but it feels like you are still contributing to the end goal in a meaningful way. It doesn't feel like the game is wasting your time with any bit of it.
Masked serial killer, obviously.
Stop.
Do I need to, like, hold your hand or something?
No. Whatever. Are we close?
Shh. Swan, you think this is the right way?
Graphically, Lost Records looks amazing, with top-of-the-line lighting and super delicate details. Often, I found myself recording up-close shots of the characters' faces and admiring their pores and imperfections. The camera effect is really impressive as well. This is really the next step in this genre. The 90s style is so good, and while I may be hypocritical due to nostalgia, it really does actually feel like the 90s. The environments are varied and offer up a lot of interactivity and things to mess with. Tape recording static transitions between scenes is a nice touch as well. The game does have a lot of moments where it becomes super jittery. I experienced a lot of slowdown while playing, but it never brought me out of the game's immersion.
Hey, party's over.
I thought the dialogue was a bit rough at first, like it came off a little bit too cheesy and lines delivered were flat, but it straightened up the more I got into it. All of the cast does a phenomenal job, but Swan is definitely the standout. The main character's portrayal of a super dorky shy girl is fantastic, and it's nice to see it represented in this fashion. Other games try to do the nerdy characteristic in half-hearted ways, or sometimes it just isn't even convincing. Olivia Lepore does a great job at lead and accurately being a nerd, from the flighty moments of teenage excitement to the snorty laughs and giggles. The music is brilliant and feels absolutely magical. It perfectly conveys the prominence of bliss or the gravity of wonder. There is a lot of flair in the tone of the soundtrack with synth tunes and melancholic beats. I never had any serious issues while playing. There was a point where the music carried over into a couple of new scenes and gameplay parts that I didn't even notice until I felt the vibes were off. A quick reset fixed the problem, but it did bring down the severity of the mood a bit. Characters talked over each other oddly at times, and I did have Swan repeat a line in a funny way for no reason at all. I personally wasn't super fond of the explosive ending, but I am still invested in the characters' endeavors and the mysteries the game is stringing along.
What the hell? Power outage?
As a big Life is Strange fan, I've been impatiently waiting for Lost Records Bloom and Rage ever since it was announced, and I am happy to say it delivered. The passionate story of transient ambitions hits close to home and is just as heartwarming as it is blissful. The memorable environments and radiant characters makes Lost Records an instant classic. The beautiful graphics and sweet music ties everything together in a perfectly wrapped package. I can't wait to see what comes next. See you in hell.
Perfecto! Thanks.
I was like a groupie. Anything to help the band.
I give Lost Records Bloom and Rage Tape 1 an 8.5 out of 10.